gift.
Robert Redford is being remembered as the embodiment of Hollywood itself after his death at the age of 89. The award-winning filmmaker and actor died at his home in Utah, surrounded by his loved ones. Associate Professor Bruce Isaac says he was the leading man in Hollywood.
He was what captivated audiences. He had a star quality. He was always considered exceptionally good looking. And often that was to the detriment of some of the more serious roles he wanted to play. But he was elevated into this position of being almost Hollywood itself.
Turning to 5AA sport, and Hawthorn coach Sam Mitchell's talking up his side as battle-hardened ahead of Friday night's prelim final against Geelong. More from Jordan Tunbridge.
The Hawks are being put through their paces with a few sore bodies out on the track. They've played down concerns over Jack Gunston and Jack Ginnivan, who've been dealing with hamstring tightness, confirming both will play in Friday's preliminary final against the Cats at the MCG. After back-to-back wins interstate, coach Sam Mitchell remains confident his side is well placed to get the job done.
They're a bit more rested than us, and you could argue we're a bit more battle-hardened because we've played some tougher games. We played more games.
Mitchell is preparing for Jai Newcombe to be tagged amid a scintillating run of form, and he's parking talk on the club's interest in Bombers captain Zach Merritt for now, admitting some of his contracted players are probably meeting with rivals as well.
And the exit meetings are continuing for the Crows after they were knocked out of the finals by the Hawks. Olympian Matt Shervington is back in Gout to make a big splash on the world stage. The 17-year-old will make his World Athletics Championships debut in the 200 metres tonight. Shervington says he'll fly in Tokyo.
If you typed into a computer, make me the perfect athlete and what would it look like, gout would be spat out the other end.
And SA's Aidan Murphy will also be in action in the heats. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Royal Park, Burst Waterlane, Frederick Road near Loxhide Drive, got speeds at 40 and lane closed through there. A little bit out of town, but worth mentioning, you might be on the freeway. At Bernardo South, the truckers hit the Ferris McDonald overpass. Truck too high, bridge too low. Oops, one lane is closed due to the damage on that bridge. And look out for works at Redwood Park, Hancock Road near Littler Drive. Cameras Doothie Street only in Grant Avenue at Rose Park. Get the saving you really want with 3K of Ranger XLT Sport and Wild Track, participating 4 dealers. Only until September 30. Not available in conjunction with any other offer. Exclusions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the weather, mostly sunny 17, partly cloudy tomorrow 23, showers increasing on Friday 18 and 16 for Saturday. At the moment 16. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight we'll be live with the latest developments in the cold case murder search for the remains of a Port Lincoln woman. More than breast cancer, how mammograms are being used to detect heart disease. The legacy of Hollywood heartthrob Robert Redford. And the fur is flying. All the rules you need to know as Virgin launches flights for pets. 9 News, your news. 9:36 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
The year has gone fast. The month has gone fast. The day's gone fast. We're in our last hour of the show already, 6 minutes after 3 on this Wednesday afternoon, which means we are just seconds away from Richard Pascoe. All thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. If you've got a question for Richard, 8223 0000. You can hear us and see us in the last hour of every show. Our Complete Care live stream is now going, Facebook and YouTube. Hello to you. Complete Care with a K. Just before we get to Richard, 2 very quick texts on the issues in the last hour. Sue says, I feed my minor birds as well. I have one that would fly inside if I left the door open. Do not feed mincemeat or bread, though. It's bad for them. Dog food, such as chunkers, is perfect. Thank you, Sue, from Christie's. And Costa says, I shouldn't laugh, but the funniest thing ever is watching someone get swooped by a magpie. It's better than therapy. So much laughter, it makes your day. Costa, you're a bit of a sick puppy.
Pasco, can you turn it off and then can you turn it on again? Hey!
How can you get enjoyment, Richard Pascoe, as I say good afternoon to you, watching people just... It's a stressful time, the magpies.
When they do it, it's terrifying for people, isn't it? It really is.
Because you hear them coming. You see them coming.
You do.
And then it's just dive.
But my housemate and I, we feed magpies. They come in the backyard and never been sweep yet.
Are you allowed to feed magpies, though? Have you checked that?
They come in the backyard. What I'll do is, Leith, I will put into AI who I have to contact afterwards.
Well, please do. Hey, quickly, before we take calls, 8223 0000 to speak to Richard. Can we talk about the AI? So Frank's had an issue with his AI.
He has.
Thoughts?
First thought that came into my mind was politicians, are they paying for AI? Number one.
So there's free AI and there's paid AI. What you get is what you pay for?
It's vastly different in a lot of cases out there.
Right.
So, and what you're doing is that when you go along and you're not paying for it, you're training AI. So if you put up something about, I don't know, parliamentary business, will be a bit vague here for them.
Yes.
You're actually going along and feeding the AI machine up there with what you're doing on there.
Right.
If you pay for it, it's between you and AI and you're not training them.
Right. So give us an example then of a paid AI. What's a good AI? Is ChatGPT free?
I pay for ChatGPT. I pay $30 a month for that. I have a Google subscription for Gemini, and I have a Microsoft Copilot subscription as well. And when you do the free ones, and I've done this on demonstrations, we do the free and we look for something on that one, and then we come along and we do the paid one, it's a lot different.
Right.
Because I did a thing about algal bloom when the story broke. I've got to say, sorry, Frank, if you're listening out there, I've got vastly different references in mine.
Right. So Frank might have used the free AI.
He might have.
Okay.
But I would be concerned, you know, in Parliament House if we were using free AI to do what we're doing.
You got to use the right. Because I had a similar situation. I wanted to interview Taylor Walker's coach for his last flag in Broken Hill, 2007. AI, this is just Google. I just put it into Google, and the Google AI gave me 3 different names for the premiership skipper.
Were any
coach.
of them closely?
Well, I spoke to the president and I said, can you please give me the number for Richard Pascoe?
Yeah.
The president said, no idea who that is.
Right.
So it was a completely false name.
Yeah.
So then we worked out who it was and we got the person on the show. So that's interesting that AI, because we're all worried that AI is going to replace us all. So there's still some glitches in the free version at least.
I think there is, Leith, for it. And you've got to really go along and look, and no matter what it is, and I use AI quite a bit for things like when I'm coming in on the weekends, I use it to condense news stories for it. So I'll look at something that's breaking and I'll say, I need this all rewritten and condensed down. But I go along and I read it and match it up to what's actually been written.
Yeah. I see. I should do that. I sit there with a highlighter and just go, right.
Yeah, no, we don't. You can, in ChatGPT or Copilot, go along and point it at, apologies to the advertiser for what I'm about to say, point a story to the advertiser and go, you can copy it, but you can say, remove all photos, remove all links, and just give me the text in there. Then you can go along and say, please rewrite this, summarise it for me in 300 words.
Really? Wow. Because we had a caller earlier talking about an issue that you could find on the US Department of Defense website, which is 150 pages long. Let's be honest, who's going to read that?
You could go along, grab it, upload it, and I do it because I pay for all these things. So people send me training manuals, sometimes books to go along, tech books, and I'll say, give me the 10 most relevant points from this 300-page book.
So it's just an editor for you, the ChatGPT.
Pulls it all out for me.
Wow. So could we put in there, could we say, hey, ChatGPT, give us the chorus of this song, and it'll clip it for us so we don't have to physically do it, or it hasn't got that capability yet?
I think Gemini can do that for you.
Blake's out of work.
He's too. No.
Thanks, Blake. It was great while it lasted, but I'm not sure wow. See, I've got to look into that. So how much? $30 a month?
$30 a month. And I always say, but, if you think you're going to get usage out of it, it's fine, but don't be afraid to cancel down the track. I get people asking me about all 3, and I do training sessions on things like Copilot. So I've got to have the paid version on there. And then somebody will come along, well, what do we get with the free one on there? And you go along and you go, it's different to what I've got on there. And it's more confidential. And I think nowadays we have to be confidential about what we're doing. So if let's say the boss here decided to go along and upload all the profit and loss statements to AI.
Yes.
And go along, give me the decisive parts out of it. If he was to use the free one, those records...
go into Google.
And search for things out there. So we've got to be careful about what we do for those things.
8223 0000 if you've got a question for Richard Pascoe, he is here. On that, I noticed on some of the issues of the day, which we'll get to the new iPhone on Friday, but age verification for adult sites. Now, not that I'm saying any 5AA listeners go to those sites, but if they do, what do they need to know?
This has kind of like slipped under the radar because we know that come very soon we're going to have the social media ban for under 16s.
Yes. On
there. So I've had parents actually ring me saying, how are we going to get around all of this? So, there was a woman whose daughter is a teen influencer out there, but she's only 13 years old. And she's actually Facebook verified and Instagram verified.
I just remembered I'm on live stream. I've got to protect my facial expressions. Yes, sorry. 13-year-old influencer. Keep going.
On there. I don't, Leith. For it. So, yeah, they're making good money out of clothing and for it, so it's like a job. But I said her picture is the highlighted one on there. So what you need to probably do is go along, put your photo standing there with your daughter.
Oh.
And I reckon you might end up getting away with it. But nobody knows. This becomes the thing. Nobody knows at the moment about what's going to and are they going to squash it? But if you're want to access adult content online, come the end of the year, you're going to have to go along and say how old you are when you go along online.
Oh, because of course everyone will tell the truth.
Exactly right.
18. Click.
Facial recognition. Are you going to have to upload photo ID? On there.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Yes.
Better than what they tried to roll out in England, which was you had to go down the post office, line up and get yourself an adult browsing licence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That didn't go down too well.
Imagine it wouldn't.
Age estimation tools could be inaccurate when we do all these sort of things. So there is already talk about using things like VPNs to get around this. But where it comes to R-rated things on the net, sometimes they have red band trailers on YouTube.
Yes. Yep.
You'll have to prove you're 18 to watch the red band trailer.
Correct. I've had that before where you have to put in your YouTube password.
Yes.
Yep, because there might be a horror film. The boys, the Raka Raka boys here in Adelaide put out these films that are R-rated. You can't get to the trailer unless you've got a verified account.
To go along. And for those people out there who insist on going on clearing their cookies, if you want to browse any adult site, don't do that because you can end up doing it every single time. Cookies, you don't have to clear.
Oh.
On there.
Okay.
Don't have to clear those because it knows that it's Leith. He went here before.
He's a regular viewer.
He's a regular viewer. We don't need to go along and make sure it's Leith again.
Right. Okay.
By the end of the year, people, you're going to see the signs pop up.
Much like Bronte Manuel taking calls off air, that might be you later, taking calls about adult sites off air. Richard Pascoe will do
Done that before, Leith.
Confidentially off air. If you've got a question for Richard, 8223 0000. We'll get to a break, take more calls on the other side. Before we do, Brian from Theberton's been waiting. Brian, you're speaking to Richard.
Yes, good afternoon, Richard. How are you?
Good, Brian.
That's good. Just a funny thing happened to me this morning. I just want to let you know. It might help some other people that are listening. I got a Yahoo email that I've had on my phone on mail since 2011, right?
Right.
All of a sudden it decides it's going to stop working. So anyway, ring up.
Can I just say right there, Brian, it's probably done you a favour, but yeah, go on.
It has, yes, because what's happened, I rang up some peanut and he goes, and he said, we can fix all this up for you, it's going to cost you $180. I said, I don't think so. So what I did, I went into the App Store and I loaded the Yahoo app.
Yes.
Loaded my email into it with a password and all that, and bingo, no problems at all. I'm getting all emails on Yahoo app. So it might be a little bit of a trick for someone that the same things happen. Don't cough the $180.
Well, you shouldn't. Yahoo don't have a phone number to ring.
That's right.
Right, so you've rung somebody to come along and fix your issue.
Who wants $180?
Wants $180 for it.
Wow. Good work. Thank you, Brian. Nice community service announcement there.
It is good.
Some peanut You know, it's never going well when you consider it a peanut. Richard Pascoe, Adelaide Tech Guy, no peanut. He knows everything you need to know about tech. 8223 0000. Your questions and more tech news next.
It's AFL Finals time as the race for this year's flag intensifies. Catch all the action live on 5AA. Thanks to Barnacle Bill, serving South Australians quality seafood and much, much more for over 50 years.
Support workers at Inspire Care SA don't have jobs, they have purpose. There's a big difference. A job is something you do anywhere. Purpose happens in someone's home, their safe place. It's lending a hand with meals, laundry, planning the day, or just sitting down for a proper chat. Everyday life, made easier, made better. If you're looking for support that fits into your life, not the other way around, get in touch with Inspire Care SA. Care with purpose.
At Camper Agent RV Supercentre, adventure is right at your fingertips. Get great deals across new and pre-owned caravans, camper vans and motorhomes available for immediate delivery. That's immediate delivery across an extensive range of leading brands like Winnebago, Windsor, Corrimal, Adria and Hitchhiker. Camper Agent RV Supercentre, your one-stop shop for caravans, camper vans, motorhomes and more. Visit us at Camper Agent RV Supercentre, Parafield Gardens.
What was that? Oh, I know you're out here somewhere. Where are you?
Searching for a better night's sleep? For over 30 years, Town and Country Mattresses and Beds have helped South Aussies sleep better with custom-made mattresses and electric beds. As an aged care and NDIS provider, they specialise in high-low and electric beds. Find your better night's sleep at Town and Country Mattresses and Beds, 68 Research Road, Paraka.
Trust FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store to have whatever you fancy. They've been recommending great wine, spirits and beers now for 50 years. A lot has changed, but you can still discover great labels from far and wide. And they've always been champions for the many great winemakers, distillers and brewers right here. Trust 3 generations of experience. Trust FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store since 1975. 50 years of offering whatever you fancy.
I'll see you at the W, yeah. The 2025 NAB AFLW season is on, and this is your front row seat to the action. Head to your local W Oval, get close to the game like never before, and even meet the winning team after the siren. Looking for an affordable day out? AFLW has got you sorted. Tickets are just $15 and under 18s go free. So what are you waiting for? Visit women's.afl and get your tickets today. See you at the W.
Get summer ready with TJM. Whether you're hitting the beach or heading off-road, TJM has the latest in four-wheel drive and camping gear to keep your adventure ready. Check out our brand new 270-degree freestanding awning, rooftop tents, camp chairs, fridges and everything else you'll need for the ultimate outdoor setup. Drive with confidence all summer long with TJM's range of ball bars, vehicle protection and premium suspension options, including GVM upgrades. TJM Nailsworth, Ranella and now Mount Gambier.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
And Richard Pascoe, Adelaide Tech Guy, is here answering your tech questions. 8223 0000. Richard, thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. You can see Richard on our Complete Care live stream. Just before we get to our calls, Leith says the New York Times podcast The Daily yesterday was about ChatGPT, reporting shows chatbots have a tendency to endorse conspiratorial and mystical beliefs. For some people, conversations with tech can deeply distort their reality. Then on the flip side, Darren says that Frank's issue with the AI is proof that AI will only tell you what it's been programmed. Far leftist woke propaganda doesn't educate itself. It'll just work the propaganda.
It's what it's harvested.
So which one's right, though? Is ChatGPT right-wing or left-wing?
All the AIs will go along and harvest what you've got and blend it into, hopefully, a factual part.
Yes.
Where it gets really off-factual, I've got to say, is Elon Musk's Grok.
Oh, I love it.
That is for
I love the fact that Elon's unhappy with Grok because it's not going down the Elon thought of politics.
It even had how to assassinate him at one stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's loose. Grok is a loose cannon, isn't it?
Yes.
It's no surprise.
It's a bloke down Hindley Street on a Friday night at 3 a.m.
And who would have thought, coming from Elon's world, to be fair. Ron from Goodwood, got a question for Richard Pascoe, Ron.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking the call. Many moons ago, I bought Lightroom outright. It's an Adobe product.
Yes, Ron. It's good.
And back then, you could buy it outright. Now, for some reason, they've decided that they want, they want to create two-factor authentication. Well, the email address that was on it was an Adam email address.
And
of course, I can't access that anymore.
That's right.
And they won't let me use my program.
Because they want you to pay a subscription fee. And I've got to say, so many people are getting off Adobe out there for that. If you cancel it, believe it or not, Leith, it's about 3 months. They'll still charge you after you've cancelled it.
It's outrageous.
It is. I don't know a way around that, Ron.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help.
How have you contacted them?
There is I have both a phone number for the Australian office. I've tried that and I've tried online. And they say that their hands are tied, that I could access it if I had access to Adobe for the second factor authentication. But seeing I can't do that, they apparently can't help, but I'm sure they could.
Yeah, of course they could. Of course they could, Ron.
So it looks like subscription rip-off time.
It is, and it's you partner with Lightroom with Photoshop for I think it's a photographer's bundle, but to me it's still quite expensive.
Yeah, good luck with it, Ron. That sounds difficult.
It is. Adobe have got in so much trouble over in the States,
and will make it really difficult for you to change.
Oh,
so there's no website, there's no email, there's no phone number.
And it's a lesson
Good
that
luck.
if you've got those email addresses that you're not using and you subscribe to something, you've got to update them. You really do.
Good advice. Robbie from Everard Park, you got a question for Richard Pascoe?
Not so much a question for Richard, but I have used the services a few times because, Richard, can you help me out, please? It's urgent, blah, blah, blah. And, so I want to say he does do a good service.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
And worth the money that we pay. So, because if I can get on with my business, I'm happy with that. So thanks, Richard.
You're a good man, Rob.
Well done. Little testimonial. Like it.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yep.
Thank you for that. Robbie, greatly appreciated. Where's
He's a builder.
Oh, is he?
He's a builder.
Looking for my appropriate sound effect.
Yeah. There we go.
Get a little discount next time, Robbie, I would have thought. Darcy from Greenwith, you got a question for Richard Pascoe?
I do. I've been booted from Prime, so I've lost access to getting in on both the TVs and the app on my phone.
Can you still get into your Amazon account, not through Prime?
No, I've been booted from all of it, and they won't. And even when I try to reset up a new account, it won't let me.
Any reasons? Have you got a reason from them?
No, and I've tried to contact them, and I get nothing from them. Have you heard of? Have I been scammed? Maybe.
Looks like somebody might have taken your email address. Don't give it out on air, but what does it end in? At what?
Gmail.com.
Make sure all your security settings are on Gmail for a start. All right, so go in there, make sure all the multi-factors on there. And Darcy, send me an email, all right? We'll try and help you.
No dramas, because I've got like a stack of purchased movies and shows and stuff from the on the Prime account that I don't really want to lose it.
Yep. Send me an email.
They're happy to take the money for the subscription though.
Of course they are. Bezos needs more cash. That's why. All right. So where do we get you?
Send me an email, richard@adelaidetechguide.com.au, Darcy, all right?
No worries. Have a great afternoon.
All right.
You too. Thank you for that. AdelaideTechGuide.com.au is the website where you can find all the information, your numbers there, your emails there. You do house calls? We
do, and business calls.
Business too?
Yeah, we like those.
Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialist, Richard Pascoe is here. Before we let you out of here, new iPhone, you excited?
On Friday, yes. We're picking up at 8:45 a.m. in the morning from Rundle Mall. Got the orange one.
Is there a lineup, or you get to just sort of?
Oh, I've got no idea. I never know till I get down there, Leith. So
Richard Pascoe, you should be able to jump the queue.
Yes.
Just lift the little velvet rope. And
one year, the manager did come out and escort me into the store.
Really?
Yeah. Big hello to Paul.
Gee whiz, you're getting the Donald Trump in...
he does a good job.
In London.
Poor guy at the front of the line wasn't happy, I've got to say that.
I bet.
But I did say to him, mate, it's only me. You'll be fine. You're still number one.
Poor bugger lined up for 3 days.
Right.
What's happening with iOS 26?
It's out right now. So a lot of people are downloading it now. There are over 200 changes to the whole operating system out there. So people are ringing me saying I can't find GIFs when I send a message at the moment. So it's a big update. I've got about 5 or 6 gig on there.
We need our GIFs.
We need our
GIFs or GIFs?
GIFs, whatever it is. So, go along, download it, have a look around. I really do like... Have you done it, Leith?
No, I haven't yet. But I always do it because you told me I have the automatic one on normally, and that would normally do it for me. But then I like to go and watch a YouTube video about what are the benefits.
Exactly right.
Because then I go, that's a good little feature.
I'll be putting up a post tonight all about all the different changes for it. If you have an iPad, make sure you run out and download it because iOS 26 makes it more like a personal computer on there. So many things have changed. On iPads before, we weren't able to go along and say, you render audio sometimes and we want to do something else. Before, couldn't do it. Could only do one thing at a time. Now, can do multiple things at a time on there. So it's a bit more, and there's more option to go along and store things in OneDrive or Dropbox or iCloud Drive on there. So, people would run out and do that. Just download it. It works very, very well.
I saw a lady recording Billy Ocean at the concert on the weekend with her iPad.
You don't do that, Leith.
I know. I wouldn't have thought the quality was that good myself. But
you don't hold that up.
The rest of us, we're like this, hey, when the going gets tough, let's record this. And
the people behind suddenly Billy's blocked.
Correct.
We can't see Billy.
Blocked 15 people. Richard, lovely to see you. Thank you for that. AdelaideTechGuide.com.au, Richard Pascoe.
September 20, lock it in. It's BYD's world's biggest EV test drive day. And we're going all out to break the record for the most EV test drives in a single day. Be part of the action on September 20. Test drive a BYD and unlock exclusive in-store offers available one day only. This is your chance to be part of EV history, but only on September 20. Spots are filling fast. Register online now at BYD, Medindi, Fullerton or St Mary's.
I'm Professor Mike Steer, marine scientist. 3 extraordinary environmental events have led to this algal bloom. First, the River Murray flood washed large amounts of nutrients into the ocean. Second, deep nutrient-rich waters were pushed up to our coastline. And third, a marine heat wave lifted ocean temperatures. This bloom will eventually pass. Until then, we're monitoring it closely. To stay informed, visit algalbloom.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Star Liberal recruit Frank Pangello says he made a minor mistake after using AI to craft fake academic sources submitted to an algal bloom inquiry. Anthony Albanese's failed to secure a defence treaty with Papua New Guinea a week after Vanuatu pulled out of a security deal. Pet travel's a step closer. From today, you can book your cat or dog on selected Virgin flights. And in footy, Hawthorn have trained ahead of Friday night's prelim against Geelong. Mostly sunny and 17. At the moment, 17. More news at 4 o'clock on 5AA, Always Adelaide.
Get out there and give it heaps in the new Mazda BT50. Take on the biggest weekends in the top-of-the-range BT50 SP from $67,990 drive away. Or get worksite ready in the BT50 XT 4x4 dual cab pickup, now from $54,990 drive away. And until September 30, get a $750 accessories bonus with your new BT50. Visit your local Mazda dealer today. T's and C's apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Franco Zeffirelli's spectacular production of Verdi's Aida comes exclusively to Adelaide February 5 and 6. Starring Jonas Kaufman, Angel Blue, and a cast of hundreds. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime event. Book now at Ticketek.
We will speak to the Minister in just 1 second about AIDA, which is very exciting for Adelaide. Let me tell you, though, about Turkey Flat Vineyards. Renowned winery nestled in the beautiful Barossa Valley, right in the heart there. The vineyard's home to some of the oldest Shiraz vines in the world. The cellar door was a butchery which dates back to the 1860s. The Turkey Flat Vineyards team, very excited to unveil their refreshed design for the much-loved Butcher's Block range, marks a return to the winery's roots and celebrates their deep heritage. The range is now bottled in a new lightweight glass bottle, which is a great step towards reducing environmental impact, but it also stays true to the approachable nature of the Butcher's Block range. Why not spend a day with your loved ones at their cellar door? Simply go to Turkey Flat Vineyards, Bethany Road, Tanunda, and drink responsibly.
Looking for exceptional early learning and care for your autistic child? Discover Anglicare SA's Daphne Street Autism Specific Centre. Our state-of-the-art facility in Prospect is run by a skilled team who offer expert education, specialised therapies and a play-based curriculum designed for individual growth. With a focus on early intervention and inclusive care, we ensure every child's unique needs are met. Give your child the best start with Anglicare SA. Visit our website to learn more. Anglicare SA, where every child's journey matters.
5AA puts the spotlight on great NDIS companies like ADL Support Services. I've got Lisa River, founder and director, with me. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Leith.
Lisa, you've had a long career in nursing. What made you take the leap and start ADL Support Services?
After watching a close family member go through a long rehabilitation journey, I saw there was a real gap in awareness and support. So 8 years ago, I took it on myself to find a solution, starting the business around the dining room table with my 6-month-old baby by my side.
Well done. Can you give us an example of how you're changing lives?
The one that comes to mind is Gary. His world changed overnight after suffering a stroke. He lost his mobility and living alone, he became really isolated. We were able to put some simple supports in place, like personal care and access to a wheelchair. That gave him back his dignity and independence.
Thank you, Lisa. Lisa River, founder and director of ADL Support Services. Keep listening for more great NDIS companies like ADL Support Services, changing lives across SA on Adelaide's 5AA.
Live, local. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
26 minutes to 4. We'll speak to the Lord Mayor, Dr. Jane Lomax-Smith, shortly about changing of some speed restrictions here in the city. Before we do that, as you just heard in the commercial break, very exciting news with a monumental production coming to Adelaide. I'm sure my next guest is very excited about that. The Minister for Tourism is Zoe Bettison. Minister, afternoon. Appreciate your time.
Great to talk to you, Leith.
I always get nervous with the pronunciation of this, but we'll go with it. AIDA?
We'll go with that too. And I think we talk about the monumental production of Verdi's AIDA.
Yes.
And look, I don't pretend to be an opera aficionado, but this is the grandest of grand operas, and it's going to be right here in Adelaide Oval.
Tell us how big a big deal this is. We're seeing some of our photos now on our live stream, our Complete Care live stream. It just looks extraordinary, Minister. And I'm thinking if you're putting it at the Oval in our biggest venue, then this will be a visual and audio spectacular.
It is going to be absolutely amazing. So we're going to be transported to ancient Egypt. It's a sweeping tale of love, war, betrayal and destiny under the stars at Adelaide Oval, like a Colosseum in ancient Italy. That you've got this opportunity to see this grand opera at our beautiful historic Adelaide Oval.
Have we ever had an opera of this size in Adelaide before? Do you know?
I don't believe we've had anything of this size. And let's remember there are nearly 400 performers coming from Italy, plus 300 people here from the State Opera of South Australia are also going to be part of it. So just do those figures already. That's 700 people who are going to be performing.
That's a big show.
Yeah, that's a big show.
So I guess when you're looking to diversify, aren't you, when it comes to events in SA and things that are attracting people? As you say, we may or may not be opera aficionados, but it doesn't matter. I think a show of this scale and size and reputation, there's a lot of people, myself included, I'm always interested to open the mind and go and see something new.
Well, this is a world exclusive, and I think that's really important for a major cultural milestone for the nation as well as South Australia as well. So there is in our DNA festivals. We like to festival, as we say. So we like the Fringe, we like the festival, the cabaret. But this is something next level. And even if it's not something that first grabs your attention, have a little bit of research and then think about what we're going to see here. It's going to be amazing.
Do you have to pitch for these kind of things? Do they come to us? How does that work? How has Adelaide and the Adelaide Oval been chosen for this?
Well, I do think that we are gaining a fantastic reputation. It's the immersive feeling that you get when you're in our city. So when something's on, it's the biggest thing that we're doing. Whether it be live golf or gather round, these are things that are very well known. And of course, we do international events here already, like the Tour Down Under, which we've been doing for 25 years. So of course, we're talking to the people that bring these events, and TG, Global Head of Touring is the person bringing this event, and a company called Condon Presents as well. We're just a partner within that. But it's this reputation we're getting, head-turning events, people saying you've got to be there.
You know what's interesting? Damien Hoff and the ground staff there at the Adelaide Oval, they do everything. They will have it cherry ripe for the Big Bash and the Adelaide Tests, getting ready for the AFL season. He deals with monster trucks and he deals with Metallica, all of these kind of concerts.
Yes.
I mean, they will love themselves the challenge, I'm sure, the Adelaide Oval boys and girls. So the 5th and 6th of February next year for an event of this size. Again, you imagine, Minister, if it's a nice, typical Adelaide summer's night, how beautiful and memorable this night will be?
Well, let's just think of the sun setting over the hill, right? That beautiful colour, and then we're transported to ancient Egypt. But most importantly, remember, tickets go on sale today.
Yes.
Tickets are from $50 a head. So get in, have a look at that, make sure it's going to be on for 2 separate nights. But today they go on sale. I think they're going to be very popular.
Thank you for your time this afternoon. We might need to debrief, you and I, post-event and just try and work out what we've actually seen. But that's the beauty of opera. I think some people will tell you that it's whatever you take out of the story sometimes.
I think it will be an unforgettable sensory experience.
2-time Grammy Award-winning Angel Blue will bring her luminous voice and emotional range to the role. Maria Jose Siri, who is a Verdi specialist, renowned. So you're talking about some of the great operatic stars of our time here in Adelaide. So it's quite the coup. Minister, thank you. We're excited about that. Tickets available, I guess, at Ticketek or via the Adelaide, Adelaide Oval website. People could find it there as well. But Giuseppe Verdi's Aida coming to Adelaide in February of next year. Well done. Thank you, Minister. Appreciate your time.
Great to talk to you.
All the best. Zoe Bettison, the Minister for Tourism, my guest. Tickets are on sale as of right now, started at 1 o'clock. So if opera is your thing, get along. Even if opera is not your thing, I think an event of this size and this magnitude is something that you would want to check out. The Minister, my guest, 20 minutes to 4. The Lord Mayor is Dr. Jane Lomax-Smith. I would hazard a guess, Lord Mayor, and you and I don't know each other that well, but I think you'll be there too. Are you an opera fan?
Well, I have to confess I've already secured my tickets. So I bought them already.
Look at you go, 2.5 hours in. Well, what is it about this event that will attract people, you think, before we get on to the issue of the day?
Well, Jonas Kaufmann's a pretty amazing singer, and it's one of those big spectacles that is just, it feels that you're at a big event that's really special, and having it in an outside environment allows the staging to be really spectacular. I think that you can only do so much on a stage in a theatre, and opera isn't just about the music and the singing. It's about the spectacle, the drama, the passion, the anger, the rage, the love, the murder. It's all there, and just like a day at council.
You would, very true. You would remember, just before we move on to council, was there not a time in Adelaide where we had a performance kind of this ilk, and it clashed with the supercars, and there was opera and the noise of cars at the same time, which is not going to happen this time. I can't remember the name of the guy from memory, that one of the artists who did that. But again,
Enzo
yes,
Morricone.
Morricone, that's it. Yeah, I remember there was. Yeah, we didn't quite get the timing of that one right. But still, you imagine an open-air coliseum like the Adelaide Oval to see something of this ilk? Be amazing.
Well, I think that the performers are used to doing it outside in splendid decaying ruins in Rome. So this is how they operate, and it can, it'll be spectacular. And for $60, it's worth a punt.
My word. The Lord Mayor, Dr. Joan Lomax-Smith, is my guest. That's not the reason we got you on, but thank you for answering those questions for us. I thought you might be there. The reason last night you had your meeting and you had the discussion about our speed limits coming in and out of the city. Can you walk us through what you discussed? I guess when we're heading to the Opera next year, we might be going 10K slower.
Yes, well, it's really peculiar. We've for some time been planning to rationalise our speed limits, and we do know that the faster you drive, the more likely you are to kill a pedestrian, and these statistics are well known.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a bit like the risk of not wearing a seatbelt or not wearing a helmet on a bike, but peculiarly the city is an absolute patchwork, and all our suburban neighbours, whether it's Unley or Burnside, Prospect, Charles Sturt, they've reduced their speed limits to 40. One of the weird things about the city is that we have a default speed of 50 kilometres an hour across the city in North Adelaide, even in the most quiet residential streets. And the bits in between, the circle road around the parklands and the crossing of the parklands, has historically been at 60 as well. And 60 is a fairly reasonable speed for a big arterial road. But across the city, we have really weird speed limits. So the parklands are a 50-50 mixture of 50s and 60s, which makes it confusing for people and makes it more likely that they'll be pinged by the police when they do checks on speeding. And it is not irrational to just make it all 50, which is still faster than in our neighbouring suburbs, but it's a bit slower than the big arterial roads like Park Terrace. And we've also decided just to look at keeping Port Road and Anzac and, of course, West Terrace up at 60 because they're the big roads. So basically it was a policy to make the roads safer and have a uniform approach to those crossing streets because about 10 of them now, 9 or 10 streets of various sizes from War Memorial to Prospect Road are already at 50.
Yes.
And the other half are at 60, so it's making it more regular. And we talked about it. It was confusing. I think we were challenged because I'd managed to dredge up a map and could see it visually, and it's been deferred and we'll be looking at it again in a month's time. But anything to do with parking, bicycle paths and speed limits is very, very tensely debated.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
And the next discussion is going to be about the city. As I said, all our neighbours have moved towards 40 as the default speed limit in their suburb. Our default is 50, and you have to say that we're peculiar in that, but even more peculiar because we have more schools than most suburbs. We are a bit of a drive-in, drive-out destination. We've got over 10,000 school students, 11 schools, and a lot of peculiar speed limits. So although I say default's 50, we have 25 kilometres around schools. We've got a few shared zones of 10. We've got some 20s and some 30s. It's a patchwork and very confusing.
It is a patchwork. Can I so you talked about the 10 streets, for example. So under the plan, speed would drop to 50 kilometres on Sir Donald Bradman Drive, Glover Avenue, Goodwood Road, Montefiore, Botanic, Glen Osmond, Wakefield, Bartels, Main North and Jeffcott. Are you talking about, Lord Mayor, just the roads that lead into the city, or would you like an extended, let's take Henley Beach Road, for example. Sir Donald Bradman Drive, for example. Which parts do you want 50? The whole road or just the roads leading into town?
Only the bit of the parkland.
Gotcha.
So the recommendation from our consultants was they made the observation that Unley Road, Peacock Road, Lewis Cohen, War Memorial, Prospect, Medindi Road and Rundle Road, as well as Hutt Road, are all now 50, but almost alternate roads going round the parklands are 60. It is pretty confusing.
Yes,
and I subscribe to the view that making life simple for everyone will stop them being pinged in speed with speed cameras. And well, it's a fact. We know that the faster you drive, the more likely you are to kill a pedestrian. We're not talking about black spots particularly dangerous bits of road. We're talking just about the risk of death from an accident. And we have 2,400 accidents in the last 5 years,
Yeah, that's a
4
lot.
fatalities, 600 or so serious injuries. And the more parklands use we get, the more sporting facilities, the more children come to school in the city, we're increasing the risk for the most vulnerable people. And we have an obligation to keep our streets safe.
You deferred it to another committee meeting in October. Do you get a general sense that everyone is behind the idea?
I think that people were a bit confused about the map and the impact. And I always say that local government's a bit like the United States. Winston Churchill said they always get it right in the end, but only after they've thought about everything else. And sometimes we have to mull around an issue and argue about it and debate it before we make a landing. But I'm optimistic we'll make a landing once all the facts are understood by the members. And, you know, local government's like that. It's democracy. You get people with different interests, different backgrounds, different willingness to delve into the statistics and the data, and it sometimes takes a while to get a landing, but I'm optimistic we'll get there soon.
There is a lot of kids and sporting teams and cyclists around those areas that you talk about, so it does make sense, I think.
Well, I think that lower speed limits are always contested. Do you remember how antsy people got about compulsory bike helmets?
Oh, yeah.
And before your time, probably, they were antsy about seatbelts. And always a change is confronting, but the data is absolutely clear. Accidents at high speed are more dangerous and more likely to kill you. And there's something really dopey about having all our surrounding councils at 40 and us persisting with 60 in the parklands and a 50 across the whole of our default city. In reality, we haven't got to the nitty-gritty of looking at the city yet, but this is just looking at those 60s, which are really unnecessarily speedy, when there are cyclists on the road, when there are children, there are sports groups, and inevitably children and excited athletes do sometimes not look when they cross the road. I don't want to see a single injury that is serious or a single death on our roads, and we have to do what we can just to reduce the higher speed limits if we can. I know it's contentious. I know it's a challenge, but I actually think it's the right thing to do.
So you'll meet again in October, and I guess then you get the tick of approval, if that is the case, from the City Council,
Yes.
and then the Department of Infrastructure and Transport, and then it becomes the norm. Thank you, Lord Mayor. Appreciate your time this afternoon talking us through that.
Good to speak to you.
All the best. Dr. Jane Lomax-Smith, Lord Mayor of the City of Adelaide. Thoughts? You can text, email, or might have time for a quick call before 4 o'clock. 8223 0000. Gateway Roads speed limits dropped under a speed limit review. They will go back in October for a committee meeting to discuss it then. So rather than sort of progressing last night post-meeting, they'll do that in October, and then it may just become the norm. You might have a thought on that. We'll talk about that and check out what's happening on the Sports Show after 4 next.
The NDIS does more than support individuals with disabilities. It paves the way for extraordinary people to thrive. 5AA puts the spotlight on great NDIS companies like ADL Support Services. They're a business big enough to rely on, but small enough to know your name. Find your joy. Find your yes. Find your place at adlsupportservices.com.au. Keep listening for more great NDIS companies changing lives across SA on Adelaide's 5AA.
Hey, it's Lauren here from Adelaide. Wouldn't you love a reward just for shopping at your local Star Discount chemist? Become a Superstar Rewards member to earn points, receive birthday vouchers and more. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help? Earn and redeem points on eligible purchases. Visit website for full terms and conditions.
Thirsty Camel here, and I've got some unseriously good footy finals deals, like Hahn Super Dry 3.5% 30-can block, $63.99. Jack Daniels and Cola 4.8% 10-pack range, $52.99. And Stone Lee Sauvignon Blanc 750ml, $14.99. Stone Lee, why? What did he do? Well, they are some real winners. Camel on down and grab a bargain. Thirsty Camel, why so serious? Pricing may vary in country areas. Offers in September 28. Drink responsibly. Even camels get thirsty.
When your youngest finishes school and pick up and drop off become a distant memory, When the neighbours no longer have loud music to complain about. When you wake up and fall asleep to the sound of silence because the kids have flown the nest. If only it happened sooner. Semi-retirement, disposable income and infinite time to spend it. You're a super consumer. If you run a business that'd like to reach the consumer we call the trifecta, speak to us here at FIVEAA.
3, 4... Oh, I'm practicing mindfulness by counting my 10 original tenders. That's 10 little wins for $10 little. In a piece has never been this affordable. KFC, FLG, not everywhere, not forever, pick up only.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White Business Sales SA, all that experience flows to you. This ensures you're in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. Touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with South Australian Business Chamber.
Experience Mazda's stylish SUV range with great drive-away offers. Plus, until September 30, get a bonus towards any Mazda genuine accessories. Like the sophisticated Mazda CX-30 Pure, now for $35,990 drive-away. Plus, a $500 accessories bonus. Or the versatile Mazda CX-5 Max from $37,990 drive-away. Plus, a $750 accessories bonus. Head to your local Mazda dealer today. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Minutes away, the 5AA Sports Show. Scott Camporelli, Ned McHenry taking you through the afternoon in sport. Got a couple of prizes to give away if you'd like to go and see a great movie. The Travellers. Wednesday, the 1st of October, Event Cinemas at Marion. It's the Bruce Beresford heartwarming family story that stars the great Brian Brown. In cinemas as of the 9th of October, you'll get to see it a week before everyone else. If you'd like to go, we've got 2 doubles to give away, 8223 0055, and Brian Brown's going to join us on the show, which will be a little bit of fun for 5AA afternoons in the next couple of days, which will be nice. Just before we get to Ned, Lynn says there's been some negative commentary on just about everything, including climate change. Why doesn't 5AA focus less on news events and have a bit more interaction, communication, entertainment, feel-good experience? We have regular news bulletins, that's enough. Listeners want to end the day on a positive note. We try to do that, Lynn. We do try to give you a little bit of both. We try to give you the news of the day because that's what people like to tune in for and enjoy, but we also try to give you some fun and frivolity, if you like. Hence why we had people like Frente and Troy Casadale in the other day. So we try and get a nice balance for you so that you're up to date, but also we never want you to leave afternoons feeling down and flat, because then when you tune into the sports show, Ned McHenry comes at you like a rocket and you don't want to be up and down. Neddy, lovely to see you.
Exactly, Lethal. It's like having an entree before the main course. You know, you just need to warm yourself up a little bit before you get hit in the face by my energy. Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for coming. Are you enjoying it? Night 2 of the big show?
Yeah, no, it was really good. It's exciting to come in and be involved on the sports program. I've really enjoyed it so far, and yeah, lots to talk about, lots going on, particularly in the contract space at the moment.
Yeah.
Leith, as you know, there's players moving everywhere, captains of footy clubs, so we're going to speak about that tonight, and it's going to be great too to have Jimmy Bartell on as well.
How tough is it? You come in night 1 and then you get hit with should Tex stay?
Yeah.
One of your good mates, assistant coach, helping you out at PAC there. Like, I mean, you know, they're the kind of questions that need to be asked though this time. And he would know that.
I know, right?
Time.
Of course. And yeah, that's the thing. And that's what I'm really enjoying about being on the program. It's amazing to be able to sit here and one, have an opinion, and two, hear so many great opinions and debate them and hear from both sides. And obviously having Scott Camporelli next to you as well, just a wealth of knowledge. He's been great with all of his tactical stuff and reads the game so well. So I think our listeners benefit from that.
Thank you for saying Camporelli. I'm fighting with him at the moment about how he pronounces his own name.
How does he pronounce it?
Camporelli.
Oh, goodness me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
One too many syllables for mine.
Correct. It's hard. Remember you used to do that at school. So you got Jimmy on tonight. What else is on the big show?
Yeah, Jimmy's coming up, which is going to be great. We're going to have to ask him about the potential of maybe a Port Adelaide move. Is he the next head of footy at Port Adelaide? That's the question, Lethal.
Jimmy.
Apparently he toured the facility, so we will ask him that.
Oh, nice.
As well as having Tim Lane obviously on as well, because major hurdles with this Tasmania stadium.
Yeah, that's gone south, hasn't it? Sadly.
Has. Yeah.
Proud Tasmanian Tim, great commentator.
It'll be good to get him on
yeah,
too.
I'm concerned about that. And Nathan Buckley's sitting around going, well, am I going to be a coach of a team that may not have a home? What do you do?
Well, the question is, does the AFL need to cool their jets on no stadium, no team? Or does the stadium just not have to have this roof, Leith? It's such a large investment. Is it not viable? That's the question, and that's what some Tasmanians are saying.
You got 2 places now in Tassie you can play, so I don't want to steal all your thunder. That's coming up at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
What else? It'll be, where are they now tonight?
Yes, which I'm really looking forward to.
Okay.
Peter Maynard's going to join us, of course, which is going to be great.
Former boss here at 5AA.
Was he?
Yeah, he was our general manager back in the day.
I'll make sure I'm nice to him then. He might still have some contacts around here.
Yeah. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree either, by the way, with Braden. I think Peter, those who saw the sample in the 80s, said that Peter was very similar ilk.
He was scary too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. I had the, I'm not sure if I can say the benefit or the whatever it was, Leith. I played on Braden Maynard for a handful of times. He was one of the scariest blokes of all time. He's a lunatic, isn't he?
He seems like he'd be good if you're in his circle, but yeah, he's a bit out there if you're not. So
exactly.
I like it. That is a big show.
All coming up.
Coming up for 4 o'clock. Thank you, Ned.
Thank you.
Ned McHenry, Scott Camperelli, next.
Coming up next, Adelaide's